The Pretendian phenomenon and the phenomenon of racial passing in general underlines a point about race, and that is it is to some degree fuzzy, to a large degree fuzzy. Now, I don't believe that race is just a social construct, okay? It's basically people noticing that there are physical differences based on ancestral geography. Sub-Saharan African people look quite a bit different than European people, and Asians tend to look quite a bit different than both. American Indians look somewhat different than most Caucasians, and certainly quite a bit different than almost all black people. But the fact is that, a lot of Native Americans, their skin actually is not red. It's actually kind of a medium brown tone, usually. And they have straight black hair, kind of semi-slanted eyes. Okay, but the fact is that a lot of Europeans, particularly Southern Europeans, have those same characteristics. So it would be perfectly easy for a lot of, people particularly from Southern Europe, to pass as Native American. And also, it's probably pretty easy for Native Americans to pass as members of those groups if they wish to. Now, another thing that underlines the fuzziness of racial identity is the fact that people make mistakes about your identity. Okay, I knew a man who was of Asian ancestry, and I think his ancestors were from either China or Japan, but I'm not sure which. And he used to live in, I think it was Arizona for a while, or he lived in an estate which had a great Native American population. Okay, he often had a tan. He grew his hair out and would sometimes put a bandana around it. And very often, he said, Native Americans would come up to him and ask him what tribe he was from. They assumed that he was one of them. Okay, he told me that he was not offended by this. They said they were just making a mistake. And and I also knew a fellow who was Hispanic who worked in a store, and he said often people would come up to him and start speaking to him in either Arabic or Farsi, and he couldn't understand a word they were saying, but they assumed that he was an Arab or that he was from Iran. And he said, I asked him if he was offended by it. He said, no, I do look like them. So, both the fact that people pass and that people get mistaken for an ancestry they don't have underlines the fact that any definition is going to be fuzzy. Hope you like hearing that. Bye.